What's up, guys? We're currently about an hour away from Oklahoma City. We got the truck and trailer, and you guys can probably tell by the title of the video what we're about to go look at. This was kind of an impulse buy. I was just on Facebook Marketplace and I happened to come across this thing, and I showed everyone at the shop and they're like, hell yes, go pick that up right now. It's just really cool because of what engine is inside of it. And yeah, we're about to go check this thing out right now, and hopefully we will be coming home today with a new toy. Pretty much stayed up all night driving through the night just to come out and get it because the guy had some other interest in it and I didn't want it to get sold because it is a pretty good deal for what it is. I was gonna bring Emilio, but since it was so last minute and I was basically just asking him to come pull an all-nighter with me out of nowhere, he couldn't come, but I did bring Jen. So for those of you who don't remember, she's been in some of the older videos, and we've been driving through the night, and yeah, we're one gas stop away from this guy's place and we're gonna check this thing out. It should be pretty sweet. So yeah, let's get to it.
How old is
Drop
he?
it. He's about 2 years old.
Well, there it is. Check this thing out. So guys, what you are looking at is a J-Series powered DUNE buggy. Guess this thing's been sitting out here for a while. How long has it been sitting?
3 years.
3 years? But this thing looks sick because we mess with the Honda motors a whole bunch. So
I seen your profile and like I knew
yeah,
it was a fix for you.
Yeah, we got a few of those things laying around. But man,
TLC.
This thing's tight. Yeah, it definitely needs to be cleaned up a little bit. You can tell it's been sitting. And then did you actually run it when you had it?
Oh yeah.
Raced it, ripped it around?
I took it out to dunes a few times, raced the STI powered mid-engine car, and we were neck and neck.
Oh, nice.
Every time.
This thing do some wheelies?
It will at about 8,000 RPM.
Oh, I guess you gotta rev it up and dump it, get it going.
Well, you gotta hit a dune, like dune, and it just rolls.
Oh, kind of bucket. Damn, this thing's sweet. So, yeah, as you can see, definitely is gonna need a little love. It's been sitting, it's been weathered. Definitely gonna need a new seat, but this thing's sweet, and it is a manual.
Oh yeah.
4-speed manual.
It's a MDS Mendiola transaxle.
Heard those are pretty good because I was just doing some research.
Versus like the 4 and 6 rib bus axles.
Do you know how much power those trannies are good for?
They're good for about 500 in the sand and about 450 on the street.
Okay, yeah, so I was kind of looking them up, and that's what I came up with too. So,
got wheelwood rear brake.
Dang, check it out, guys. Same motor as the Bully. Put some twins on there. This thing would be sweet.
I was gonna do a turbo swap on it.
Yeah.
Or an LS, and just never got around to it.
Yeah, I think at some point we'll probably end up throwing a couple turbos on it, because we have a friend and he has the same engine sticking out of the front of his Civic.
It makes about 300 right now.
300? Yeah, the J's do pretty good. What's that?
Bring an alcohol drag banshee back with you?
It depends.
I got 4 mil. I'm gonna get you a package deal going while you're here.
Package deal. Bring back home a Banshee.
Fast.
What about this guy? Does he come with it?
I don't know.
Well, sweet. And they did send me a video of this thing firing up. It does run, but sound like it definitely needs gone through to keep it running and stuff. And then is the ECU and stuff in this box right here? Yeah, that box looks like it's sealed up pretty good.
Yeah.
Keep all the sand and stuff out of it.
Sand and water.
Yeah, you got the pump and filter down there.
2 filters.
2 filters?
Yeah, that's why.
Pre and post pump?
Yep. One of them might be clogged, possibly.
Is this the intake right here?
Yeah.
This went to that and to a filter right there.
What I wanted to do was the covers over there for all this back piece.
Oh, that's what this piece right here is?
Sits behind the seats.
Oh, okay. Where'd you get this at?
I got it in Tulsa.
Okay, is this like a specific brand or model, like chassis?
The guy had it made. I don't know.
Oh, it was just all kind of custom built, one off.
Locked up.
Pumps all locked up. Maybe try running it in reverse. Like hook it reverse polarity and then go back to normal.
Yeah.
That happens to mine sometimes. They get some gunk ran through them. So she needs a pump. Yeah, we have a couple laying around. That shouldn't be too big of a deal. You having fun?
Dang, he's strong.
Oh. Well, it runs. It just needs that fuel pump figured out, and it would stay running. And then it would come with these guys over here, right? These paddles.
Oh yeah.
So this is what they normally run it on. These big old paddle tires. They just had those guys off. They just got it on some random car tires right now. But those things are beefy. This wheel's brand new. Those are pretty sweet. All right, so we made it over here and we checked the DUNE buggy out and everything. It definitely needs a lot of work. The only thing I'm worried about is the shifter cables are kind of like bound up, and we did run it through all the gears, and the tranny is what is really nice on that thing. So I'm just hoping, you know, the tranny's okay. We heard it run, but the whole thing definitely needs to be almost all taken apart and gone through. Needs new reservoirs because the clutch solenoid doesn't work, brakes don't work, the shocks are probably blown out. The chassis itself is really nice, and it would definitely be a good project. But I know what he's asking, and I'm gonna try to get it. If I can get it cheap, it's still a good deal because it is really badass. It's sick. But honestly, I don't know if he doesn't budge. We drove really far to come out and get this thing, but at the end of the day, I know when it's like not worth it. But that thing needs a lot of work, so we'll see. If I can get it for a good deal, I'll try to grab it. We'll see. What do you think, Jen? Yeah. She just thinks it looks cool, so yeah, it looks cool. She's like, just get it. But it needs a lot of work, so we'll see. It does come with the paddles and stuff like that. Well, I've been talking to him, and it's a really, really hard choice. It's like right on the edge where it's worth what he's asking, I think, but it's also needing a lot of work. So I really wish I could just ask you guys right now, like, just go for it. I don't know what you guys even think about this thing. And then, you know, we're 10 hours away. I don't want to go home and be like, dang, I should have bought that thing, and then regret not getting it. And then I also don't want to get it and be like, you know, now I'm stuck with this hoopty that we can't even fix up because it needs all this money. It's like, it's one of those things. It's like you could easily dump several $1,000s if you find out the shocks are just completely blown. Like, it can add up so fast. So that's what I'm scared about, but it's just, it's so sick. All right, we need Emilio's opinion.
So what does it need right now to run?
Fuel pump, clutch, slave, and lines probably, and clutch, slave, and master, and brake master, and possibly lines. And then the throttle cable they have, it just needs to be ran. And it needs the fuel pump, like I said, probably filters gone through. And he did start it up. It does run. We ran it on brake clean because the pump doesn't come on. The radiator's down in there. And then it needs a new set of seats because these ones are really torn up.
It looks cool, man. Just gonna need some work.
I mean, what do you think? I mean, I don't know. I think like they might think it's cool though. I don't want to get back and edit this video and everyone's like, bro, you should have bought that thing.
I think yeah, of course you already know, especially it has the J series in it.
Yeah, especially with the J series. He claims like 3 years ago it drove into this spot and then parked and has just sat ever since. And then it's also going to need front tires probably. Yeah. 100%, it needs front tires. I mean, could get it in worst case scenario, it just sits at the back of the shop. I'm just worried we won't have time to mess with it right away and everyone's going to be like, yo, what are you doing with it? And they think we forgot about it. But I feel like it'd almost be better just to, even if we can't get to it right away, just to have it and just keep it outside or something. And you know, if we're bored, like, oh, let's just go work on that thing today.
Yeah, nah, we're gonna get that as soon as you get back. We're gonna fix it, bro. That thing looks too fun for it to be sitting. I'm thinking
it does run, so J series.
It's missing some turbos, but yeah, I thought it was already running and ready to go.
That's how I thought it was too.
So now you gotta, you know, spend the extra money to get it.
I know, and it's even more hard to think about, especially since I need to go buy more camera stuff because of all my stuff getting jacked.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm filming on my old G7X right now that I found in my room that has the screen that's all cracked or whatever.
No, yeah.
And it could just be our entry level one, just to kind of get our foot, you know, stick our toe in the water and try one out. And if we, you know, run our course with this one, we could always get rid of it and upgrade or something if the time came.
Yeah, I hear you.
Get a more badass one, but you know, we've never dealt with any of these. I guess end of the day, as long as you're checking it out and you're saying you wouldn't be mad if I brought it back.
There's no way. I try to get it going so we can rip it.
Well, we thought about it for a very long time, but we went ahead and got it. So now the issue is it is a little too wide for our trailer, and we're actually ratchet strapping the suspension together to kind of squeeze the front tires together because it is way too wide for that thing. But looks like we went ahead and got it, boys. So hopefully you guys like it. Not sure what the content will be to come on this thing, but it's just so unique, and I think it's really cool that I didn't want to pass it up. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing loaded up. We have ourselves a new Honda powered dune buggy that needs a little bit of TLC. Well, all right, man, appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
We got ourselves a new dune buggy. She's loaded up, got the paddles in the back. So got another project to add on to the many other unfinished ones. I think it's pretty sweet though, couldn't pass it up. It's freaking badass.
No project.
They're never completely.
Our projects ever really finished? They never are. Everyone's gonna be like, you guys are getting way too many things, but it just makes it more fun. Keeps it different. This one's definitely different for sure. We got a long drive ahead of us, so we should probably head back.
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Yep.
Safe trip.
Thank you.
Oh, bye.
I'm gonna head out.
You wanna say bye to your dog?
Thank you. Yeah, we had a great time.
Well guys, there she is. A new project to add on to the rest of them. I know we already have a lot of projects going on, but you know, gives us something else to do. This thing was just too cool to pass up, but we're getting ready to get some food right now, and then we're heading back home. And it's really cold out, so we're gonna run inside, but that is going to be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you think about the new dune buggy, V6 powered J series, and it has a pretty badass tranny behind it and stuff like that. So I'm excited to get this thing up and going, to at least drive it around, have some fun. Should be pretty sweet. But yeah, that happened.